How's it going, everybody? Today I will be discussing and talking about the reasons as to why Deepoken has been dying over the last 2 or 3 years. Of course, please let me know if you like and enjoy, subscribe, like, you know the deal. And apologize for not uploading the scenes from Prague. I've wiped 3 times trying to prog it, so do expect that in the following days. Deepoken is a pay-to-access game on Roblox with insane difficulty and loathsome progression. But now you might be thinking, how is Roblox a game the greatest game of all time? It's simple. I'll go over it shortly. However, until then, you need to understand that at its core, Deepoken is a roguelite developed by Monad Studios on Roblox. And if they sound familiar, it's because they've also developed Rogue Lineage in the past, and their owner is the YouTuber Agamatsu, also known as Benjamin Netanyahu's prodigy. Now, let's get into why one of the most successful games on Roblox is decaying at such an accelerating rate. I don't think a history lesson is required on how Deepoken came to be, so I'll get straight to the point. Hoping most of you watching this are already aware of Deepoken's launch. In its prime, Deepoken was which was around 2024. Deepoken was the game. Bro, it was absolutely magnificent. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. Weekly updates with actual content, balancing, community polls, reworks. The content was endless, and it only seemed like it was getting bigger and better with the leaks of Deepoken's largest upcoming update, Conquest. No, not like the old guy that looks like the Israeli flag from that one in Immortality show or whatever. Conquest was a PvP game mode designed to act like a MOBA game mode for Deepoken, and it was tested for God knows how long, bro. It was like a solid 2 years. That shit was announced when I was in middle school, and now I'm in high school. God damn, these devs have worse time management than One Piece's pacing. Anyways, Conquest was the update everyone was looking forward to. But leak after leak, it seemed like more of a distant dream than an actual upcoming update. Weekly patches with new content. Eventually, around late 2024, Deepoken's updates began compressing. Of course, we still got weekly patches with new content, but the new content was usually a new sludge legendary which everyone just gobbled up. And eventually, due to this, Deepoken's most famous couple and YouTubers quit, that being Supa and Valakis. What you need to understand here is that these motherfuckers were the GOATs. We're talking about LeBron and Michael Jordan. They won creator and dev tournaments. They made like daily uploads, including progression, build showcases, ganking, chime, deads ganking, collabs, and everything you could do in Deepoken. These guys did as the gayest couple known to man. Therefore, when they left, a sort of power vacuum was left in the content creator side of Deepoken. This left a major impact on the player base, which was already dwindling from the common 20,000 plus concurrent players to around 17,000. Many content creators came out trying to fill the holes Supa and Valakis left, like Crimson Kaido, who we'll get to in a second. However, none of these creators were fully able to replace the infamous couple, since, like a once man once said, even if a cup breaks and you rebuild it, it will always show signs of its shattering. Now, on the topic of content creators, it's crucial to me to mention the current state of Deepoken's online involvement and marketing. As of the time of recording this August 4th, 2026, most of the goats of Deepoken have either completely left or upload very rarely. This includes creators like the aforementioned Supan Valakis, as well as Inu, Burbingish, Vert, Danvr, Reconter, as and Reconter that he has like 10 names. I'm sorry, I don't know how it goes. As a result of their departure from the game, many new content creators have come up, such as Crimson Kaido, Zako, Duo Boss Raid, also known as SA Allegation Deserving Duo, Solids, Yeet Master, and many more. And don't get me wrong, all of these creators are amazing. I love their builds and everything they do. But just from watching a few videos from them, you can compare their lack of synergy and originality with each other to the OG DeepTubers. Another day, another victory for the OGs. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Yeah. Taking down the sweats, the imposters among us. Oh, that brings me back. Anyways, so to conclude, the new deep tubers just don't have the same excitement as some of the older deep tubers. For example, if I ask you, would you rather watch a Zako that's ganking video or Inu that's ganking? If I had to guess, like, come on, everyone's saying Inu. I don't know, like, no offense to Zako, but like, come on, it's Inu. You can't not watch Inu because he's a more recognizable figure in the Deepoken community, unlike all these creators who just don't show as much originality. Now, to finally talk about why Deepoken is the greatest game and how its own dev team is destroying it. Deepoken is the greatest game simply due to the infusion between lore, world building, combat, PvE, PvP, everything you can think of is in Deepoken. That's good. Deepoken's lore is comparable to that of like God of War Ragnarok, Red Dead Redemption, like the top games out there, like AAA we're talking. And it's absolutely peak with many factions, OP characters in lore like Sungjin Berjuno and Agapolian Bonmatsu. But the issue is the lore never gets implemented into the game. For like 2 years now, we've gotten all the lore from like Discord messages. Of course, there's the new update, and of course, there was the new Origin update, I think it was like a few months back, and Titus. But come on, brother, you can't call that a lore drop. It's more of like a shadow, I don't know, like miniature. Here's a little dessert without the main course. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Moreover, the combat in this game is absolute cinema, or should I say, actually, it was absolute cinema, because in the current state, most fights either last 30 minutes or 1 minute, and every build is just kitted with everything maxed out. If you watch my previous video, you could see how everyone was doing like 5 bars, like infinite comboing me, even though I had a like two-shot build, which is just, I don't even know how to, like, genuinely what the fuck is going on. Like they're usually going a spammy mage build or like I did just either salt chemist or two shot builds, which like it's just awful. In its prime, Deepoken had such a build variety you would rarely see the build like that's even similar to yours. Everyone was running something different, which created for awesome like ganks, fights, 1v1s, and scenarios where like it's versus player, not build versus build. And last but not least, the update schedule. Holy shit, Agamatsu is ruining the game no matter how much you try to deny it or say it's a joke. Of course, isn't to blame for everything, obviously. But after his enrollment as a developer, the game hasn't gotten a real update in 6 months. 6 fucking months, or even more at this point. The last major update was Vow of Iron, and not only did it flop, but it was also all PvE related. You can argue the new Justicar Origin was the last major update, but apart from like separating staffs into their own category, the update gave us no new weapons. Of course, there was like one boss with one new legendary, but we used to get those weekly, and this update took them like 2 months. Yeah, I know the game still gets monthly or like tri-weekly updates, but please, those notes are not updates. Agamatsu is just adding armor set talents and talents to unused weapons, which sure might seem cool, but in reality it's lame because it ruins build variety. Why should anyone choose a combination of different things when they can just get something good if they throw on a flame worshipper set? And it doesn't even look good though. Like, please, it looks so ass. There haven't been any new oaths, legendary weapons, or mantras in 6 months, and it's showing how much the game is dying. In the last 2 years, Deepoken's average player count has gone from 20,000 plus players to as little as like literally today, 3.8 thousand. So yeah, Deepoken is dying, and if the devs don't wake up and begin to listen and updating the game with no delays, the game will die and we'll be stuck playing Grow a Garden or Chicken Farm for the rest of Roblox. And that's basically it. And if I swear, if I see someone mention Cursed Gear, I'm gonna fucking shoot my